So say hello, Marsha.
Hello, hello. Sorry I was not here earlier, but here I am. I make my appearance. Ta-da-da.
Yes. Like the smoke, the
Yes,
jeans,
yes, there you go.
I'm just gonna roll on in. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are back there. We've had people coming through the store space, which is of course totally fine by us.
Always grateful.
It's part of the whole idea of doing the live shop talks anyway, so you kind of see the interaction and what goes on here at the store space. And we are here with one of our wonderful, artistic, creative, talented artists, vendors, beautiful
Sister.
being. Yes, absolutely. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Valerie. And I'm going to go ahead and allow her to introduce herself after I've already introduced you, but still would like you to introduce yourself and share with everybody what it is that you have created for Sundappled Boutique and what is here at the shop right now.
Hi, my name is Valerie. I'm with Perfectly Imperfect. I make aprons, different style aprons. There's one back here. And then I
And
also
I'll show you one here because this one's cute.
This one's adorable too, by the way.
Love this one.
Front and center, sis. There you go.
See how cute this is?
Show them
This
the
is
back
just so
too.
cute. But don't look at her buns. But this is so great. I mean, we can't keep these in stock because the patterns and the colors she uses are so incredible. But I'll let her tell you about that. I just wanted you to see that one.
yes, so I make the aprons, Levi purses as well, and I make different materials, mix them up, mix and match.
So cute. I love the bags. They're adorable. The other thing I like though about the bags, and I still want you to continue to talk, but I wanted to just chime in. I love how they wear, meaning like
Right.
you've had this one for a while now, huh?
Right.
But I like how it's just, you know how when
So
you
soft.
yeah, you know how when you get a new pair of jeans and they're kind of hard a little
Right.
bit, but you know, and then over time you could tell that you've had this, but it has the cool worn look to
Yeah.
it.
I
So-
actually wash them.
Okay.
After I make them, I wash them.
Okay. Well, that's a
And
good.
so
Okay.
that
Good
way,
job.
yeah.
Do you use fabric
So they
softener when you?
Yes. yes, and I just feel like because the material is new, it's crispy
Yes.
and hard,
Yeah.
and I want to give it to them soft.
Why don't we pull this one down though, because I want them to see that this one is a different length.
Yes, it's
'Cause
a little longer.
This one's a little bit longer, and you can kind of model it for them if you don't mind, like putting it in front so they can kind of see. I love the print you have on this too, by the way.
I do too. I thought it
It's
was
so
cute.
So this here is a vintage hand towel.
Right.
Bingo. Let's talk about that. Talk about some of the fabrics that you choose. I mean,
It could be anywhere from a pillowcase that I take apart. It could be like my purse. It was a backpack. This material on the inside was a backpack,
okay.
and I totally took it apart and I made it into my purse, the lining of my purse.
So you're basically upcycling at its finest.
Right. This is a this red material is a round tablecloth.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And then I, shop at thrift stores, yard sales, anywhere. I want the most unique materials that I can get my hands on. Linens.
Okay, well, so for those that are watching,
Yes.
if you have any linens
Yes.
and know of anybody that sells linens at a really good price, Valerie,
Please let me know.
Yes.
and
I
they're
think
gonna
that's-
make somebody else happy because all those that have bought her product here at the shop bought it because they loved it.
Yes.
They loved it. They thought it was so cute, and oh my God, I love the print. I love the patterns. I love because the one thing that I would say that I've noticed about Valerie's work is that the patterns don't necessarily, you wouldn't think maybe go together, but they do so beautifully in combination. So you have something rustic with something sweet with then a little bit of lace. So there's layers on top of layers. So every time I have sold something of hers, the customer was without question, just, I love it. It's beautiful. I have to have it. It's so cute. So knowing that the linens, if you let Valerie know you have linens, that they're going to make somebody else happy, that they're serving their purpose.
Absolutely. The fresh new product you brought into us when you came, you said, oh, each of my bags also come with a special gift.
Right.
Right? So let's talk about that gift that you have for each bag that sells,
Right.
they come with what?
A pair of earrings handmade by me. Yes, here's
Here's the
another
bag.
one.
This is your bag, and then this is the inside. And then let's see, is there a surprise in here? And look at the box, it's so gorgeous too that it comes in. So you can actually keep the box, and I believe you did this to
Yeah.
the box,
Yes,
right?
she decoupaged it and
So-
everything. Uh-huh.
And then look at these beauties. And so this comes with the bag. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oops, there we go. These handcrafted, handmade
And this is the
earrings,
top of the
and
box.
this is the top of the box.
So you can use that as
all,
a gift too.
all these simple little extra touches, these personal touches, the love that Valerie is putting into her product here is just over the top. And it's one of a kind, which means this isn't mass produced. This is not something you're gonna pick up. I hate to do the name dropping right now, but you're not gonna pick this up at Forever 21 or H&M, although I like to shop those stores as well. This is handcrafted, handmade. This is one of a kind. And these earrings, there's different types, by the way. She didn't make the same ones, so they're all different and unique in their own way. Come with the bag.
It's a little surprise, a little added bonus.
Yes, that you get with your handcrafted bag.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say a little bit more.
But please do, you tell us. I'm just
Yes.
showcasing them.
And also, I don't make two of one item. So if
You really follow your heart and your creativity and your craft, because you don't just do one thing.
right,
You do many things,
Right.
whatever you feel compelled to do. So your artistry is very authentic.
There you go, sis.
Thank you.
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
So, and it shows in what you're creating at the time. You can feel the love, you can see the passion, you can feel the heart, you can feel the soul that's going in and the spirit. And that just kind of came to me is, yeah, that you're creating at that time whatever's coming through you, whatever's flowing through you, whether it's an earring, whether it's a bag, whether it's a different style apron. I mean, that's incredible because you are a true artist and your work is authentic. You're not creating mass productions. Whatever you feel compelled to create, that's what you do and you put it together.
Like I have to go home and make some more stuff for the
Yes,
store.
you do. Yes, you do. 'Cause we're running low here.
Yes. So I want to share with you, Valerie, that we've already received like hearts and love through the social media there on Instagram. And so I want to recognize all of you who are watching with us right now and throwing out all the love to Valerie and to the shop and to Marsha and I. We recognize you. We see you there. Continue to just chime in right now because the conversation is just getting started here.
And then those that left and have been with us and have left comments, please come in. We'd be more than willing to give you a discount
Yes.
for supporting, to being with, watching, all of that wonderfulness. We appreciate you. We're thankful for you. So make sure we have those names so that when you come in,
We know who you are.
you get carte blanche.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So real quick, let's talk real quick on, because I asked you this question earlier. How did you hear about Sundappled Boutique? Instagram.
Right.
Okay. And you had mentioned before you reached out to us, how long had you been following us?
About a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Marsha and I, we ended up creating advertisement, pop-up shops, and that whole thing, right?
A space for, which we always had the passion for, a space for
Right.
soul work, for creative beings that want to showcase their craft and their creativity.
Yes. And then what happened after that?
I just jumped in there and, one thing led to another.
But what
and,
compelled you to do that? What? Because it takes
also-
courage. It
Yeah,
really takes
I was
courage
a
to.
little, like nervous and but it's like if you don't ask you're not gonna know, like you were saying earlier.
Right.
And what did I have to lose?
There you go. I'm asking that question because I know there's a lot of vendors out there that maybe are, what's the word I want to say? Unsure
Right.
of their work or their craft or their creativity. And so it takes courage. And I'm asking you because I want them to know that, yeah, that was part of your journey too. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm going to put myself out there. Am I ready to see, sometimes there's rejections.
Right.
And standing in that wisdom of that, knowing I believe in my work, I believe in what I do, and I'm going to continue to persevere
Right.
and have the courage to make that call.
Right.
Because that's the big. It's like making the call. Okay.
Yes.
and then bringing your product in.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about that.
I was feeling a little discouraged because I have my product in another stores, and it's been 3 months and nothing's sold. And so I was kind of feeling like, well, maybe my imperfections aren't for somebody else. Maybe they're not good enough. I don't know. I was doing a variety of options, and nothing has sold. So when I came to you guys, I was really nervous and unsure, but it's turned into a beautiful thing for me and for us and the store and stuff. So, and I'm just super excited.
And we're really grateful to have her. She's a beautiful addition to this space and her creativity. And she's been seems like every other day we're selling something of Valerie's, which is outstanding. And we're grateful and we're happy, to do so because her work is beautiful. We stand behind our artists and their work that they do. So thank you. And then it's great for you because you can see, yes, sometimes we're in the wrong space.
Right.
And
It's a
doesn't mean
learning experience.
exactly. It doesn't mean that it's not beautiful or that people
Right.
don't love it or don't want it or don't like it. It's just sometimes that's what we're creating is not for that space.
Right.
And then so the fact that I commend you on that. The fact that you were courageous enough to try it again.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now you get to bear witness to your genius and your soul work because we can't we have one bag left or something.
Absolutely. And then there's another thing I wanted to chime in on in regards to the fact that you had been watching us for about a year and then you decided to, jump in, as you said. What would you say to other artists or vendors who are basically like kind of on the fence, kind of straddling and thinking, I want to contact them but I'm unsure. What would be your input to them or your advice to them? What would you say to them? Based on your experience here so far with us here at Sundown.
I would say do it. It's been a wonderful experience, and I've only been here for 2 weeks or a week and a half. A week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm super excited and happy, and you just got to do it. Like I said earlier, you
Just
gotta
jump
do it.
in, huh?
Yeah,
Just gotta
jump
definitely
in.
just jump in.
Take that leap, the leap of faith.
Yes.
Because you won't know unless you try.
Right.
And if you don't, and then the truth, as you said, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
Right.
Right.
So what do you have to lose?
Exactly. Well, I know you brought in a couple of pieces today, some fresh product to add because again, her product seems to just be kind of flying off the shelves
It
here, which
really
is
is.
awesome.
It really is.
And I know my sis and I both stand behind this one because I know that for her and I, we also come to the table, we put in 110% with all our artists and our vendors, and for us to be able to say that we are not in, if you want to say the business, we are not in the business of seeing any of our artists or our vendors
Right.
fail. We want to see you succeed. So we are going to work side by side with you, hand in hand with you, to get your product out there for people to see and to know the quality of your craftsmanship and, like my sis says, the heart and the soul that goes into what it is that you're creating. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So you need to come out to the shop and see her work, and these make great gifts as well.
Yes.
Especially for the holiday coming
Yes.
up, Thanksgiving. Are you gonna do something cute for Helloween?
I am.
Okay, I knew it.
See?
You gotta come in and check it out.
Yeah, you do. Because we have fall, we have all kinds of
Yeah.
wonderful things
Yes.
coming up and happening.
Yeah,
and-
Christmas as well. Yes.
I brought a really cute piece of linen that has Santa Claus embroidered.
Oh, how
Ooh.
cool.
And I can't wait to turn it into an
Oh,
apron.
that's exciting.
Yes.
I can't
so
wait to
cute.
have
It has
it.
gold.
Yeah, Marsha's like, I will be buying that one.
I'm like, I can't wait to have it.
Yeah, so I'm super excited.
Awesome, Valerie. Well, we are just joy to have you here at the shop. We are so happy that you were able to come in today and share a little bit about what it is that you're creating, and so that the audience can see the beautiful face behind the product as well, and for you to be able to make that connection with her and hearing her story and just
Have
what
an understanding of who is behind the product, who creates it,
Right.
the love that goes into it, the care that goes into it, because it's not just putting it together, it's you going out,
Right.
shopping for the linens,
Exactly.
shopping for the trim. I mean,
Yes.
there's a big process that goes into just making, how many different fabrics you have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. four different
Well,
fabrics.
yeah, four.
And each one, I mean, I'm sure came from different places.
Exactly.
And so there's a lot of work that goes into creating this.
I do
Right.
get some materials from Joann's and
Yeah,
Michael's.
of course, you
and,
have to.
You know,
There's nothing wrong with that. They have
But
great fabric.
I try really hard to find unique pieces.
But I notice when you do like a Joann's and Michael's, and I notice that you'll pair it with some kind of
Right.
vintage, some kind of
Yes.
different flair to it. So it's not
Yes.
just
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a piece of fabric, or you like a piece of it and then
Right.
you create something with it. Just like this one, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 different fabrics.
Yep.
Yeah.
The last question I think that we want to ask you though too is give us, let everybody know the name of your product and the meaning behind the name, because you had shared that a little bit earlier as well.
Right.
So why don't you kind of share with them a little bit behind that? That way they understand your actual, the story, sis,
Okay.
right? The
Yeah.
story behind her product. So go ahead and share that with them.
I suffer from a mental illness, and one of the diagnoses is OCD, perfectionism. So when I first started creating aprons and purses and things, I was so focused on them being perfect, and it was creating like a heartache for me because you just can't always get the line straight. I mean, there's only so much ruler and measuring and things you can do, but anyways, long story short, I ended up having to take a class. It's called DBT class for mental illness, and it taught me that we're not perfect, and that's the beauty of ourselves, is that we're not perfect, and even our eyes are off a little bit. One foot's bigger than the other, and so it's just a beautiful thing. And so when I started creating these after I took that class, I started embracing my OCD perfectionism
And the imperfections.
and the imperfections, and that's how I came up with my name.
And your name is?
Perfectly Imperfect.
Perfectly Imperfect.
Yes. And I just thought that was perfect.
And it really is, because that's loving what is.
Right.
Loving what is happening, what is unfolding, what is flowing through you. And the reality is we're not meant to be perfect, right?
When you see a crooked line or a piece of string hanging and that I missed to, snip off, it's me. That's me. That's part of me, and I put a lot of love into my products, and I do it with so much love. I can't even express how much love goes into my products. Everything that I
can see
create.
it. I can see it, I can feel it. And the joy.
Yes, it makes me so happy,
Yeah,
and
enjoy.
when somebody purchases something of mine, I know a little bit of my happiness is being
Mm.
passed on.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't her story powerful though, sis?
It's super powerful.
We talked about like the beautiful disaster and the beauty that comes out of something, like sometimes when we're battling with something, and whether it is OCD or any other syndrome, anything. And this is where also the idea of the women serving women comes into play too, because we're able to be supportive to each other in your journey and let you know, hey, listen, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be also a support system to you on your journey. And that is something that we want to share with you as well, and let you know that we want to be a part of your journey. We want to connect with you, like my sis says, heart to heart and soul to soul. And if you're ever in the area in Claremont, we want to invite you also to our women's circles, because that is another extension of that, right?
It is an extension of healing, because our circles, that's what our circles are about. It's a place for women to gather, to share heart to heart for the purpose of healing together. And like we're doing now.
Right.
Yes.
We all have our story, we all have our issues, we all have our imperfections. But here we are, creating something beautiful to share with the world. And so that's, for us, it brings us great joy to be able to even, sit with you and to be with you. And when we sell your product, we're super excited too. We're like, yay, it brings us happiness. What you have?
So we are just so thrilled to have Valerie here at our store space, and you can definitely come and purchase her product here and see all the beautiful things that she's bringing here to Sundappled Boutique, and be a part of her journey as well, and be supportive to her creativity and what you know.
What I was thinking is, I know we talked about something in September about having a fashion show, but I was really thinking that it would be nice to have a showcase of all our vendors all together.
Let's do it.
Share in each other's lives and in their creativity and in their process, and then you get to connect with them
Yes.
also,
That's a great
heart to heart,
idea.
soul to soul. And so
Okay.
I think that would be, something great
Right.
and a wonderful support system.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what it's been. I've felt nothing but support. And I wouldn't be here without these ladies. So
But tell, even today, which I know I'm trying to keep these things 15 minutes. I know it gets a little bit longer, but
It's all good.
But even today, we had a customer that came in today, and she has, in Christmas, her congregation does this beautiful boutique where selected vendors are chosen, and Valerie happened to be here, and so she happened to be one of our customers, and so I introduced Valerie to her.
There you
Gave
go.
her a card to make that connection, so that way she could plant seeds in other areas and
Yes.
help blossom and grow, and so it's about that, serving each other in that way.
and I love that it's in a different area as well. So that way, you
Yeah.
know, you can get out there.
Yeah, and get more exposure for what you're doing. And let me ask you this other question. The decision to join with us and to say, hey, I want to be a part of what you guys are doing there as well at Sundapple, has that served you? I mean, how has that been for you, the experience being here? Because I think it's important for other vendors and artists to know too, what has been your experience been here at Sundapple so far, even your interaction with both Marsha and I. Can you share with them a little bit and what that's been like for you?
Of course. First of all, it's been great. Really heartfelt and warm. Really warm. And like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, for you. And I really like it. I feel I'm part of the store. And they're very welcoming. Very kind. And they've helped me. Helped me a lot. So it's been great. Do a shout out to the vendors that are here.
Okay.
You guys are amazing. I'm wanting to buy everything that you guys are creating.
I love it. So cute.
I make purses, and there's a few vendors in here that also make purses, and I want to buy them. So keep being amazing.
Yes, absolutely. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the movement here at Sundappled Boutique. We are big on women serving women, supporting local artists, local vendors, musicians, singers, songwriters, you name it. Art completely across the board. Look us up on YouTube, Sundappled Boutique. Look us up on Instagram, Sundappled Boutique. Find us on Facebook, Sundappled Boutique. Follow us, like us, Yelp us. Put in a good word for us. Let others know that we are here in the community. We are here to shine our light, and we would love for you to be a part of it as well. So until next time, you all have a wonderful day.